Hi, let me share my screen. Okay. You are able to see my screen, right? Okay. So good evening, everyone. I'm Sean from CIS team. So I'm your presenter for today. So today I will guide you how to detect investment scam and how to avoid them. So this will be the agenda for today. So we will go through those agenda one by one later on. So online investment scam case keep increasing recently. So I think most of us was probably saw those news headline that I actually captured from the Google search. So you will notice that all the news that I capture over here actually is quite recent news. So you will notice that on the first pin screen that I've captured over here, online scammer actually they scam a total amount of RM 1.6 billions. Over 51 cases was reported in the last 2 years. So can you imagine that actually 1.6 billion actually is a very huge amount of money. And then those money actually belong to us. It just gets scammed, that's it, within the past 2 years' time. So can you imagine that those 51,000 cases that reported, it is those cases that already reported. How about those cases, those victims that they choose not to report to police or they choose not to do anything? So I believe those cases they have more cases actually underneath the waters. So why we often listen a lot of police or social medias or even a lot of different seminar, they share about how to prevent the investment scheme or even the online scheme or online scam. But why so many people still fall into the victim of the investment scam? That you saw it, so many cases still happen every day. So basically for those in the investment scam that happen every day right now, actually they have, although they happen differently, they have a lot of different way to scam you. But basically they have quite similar characteristic on each of them. So let us go through how to spot the red flag when we meet those agents or those advisors that they are potential scammer that would potentially scam you. So let us go through one by one. So first of all, if the agent or the scammer promise you a very high return, but at a very low or even no risk, then you will need to be careful already. So you will notice that the two wording that I highlighted in red over here, beware on someone that actually gives you a guarantee return, or they promise you a capital protections. Because generally when it comes to investment world, all the investment actually it will carry with some risk. So no matter the risk is high risk or low risk, it will still carry with risk. But if anyone that they come to you and offer you a guarantee return or capital protections, then actually you will need to be worried or you will need to be careful already, because this might be the potential scam that they might want to scam you. Because generally for all the investment, right, the risk actually is correlated. Means if the very high kind an investment that provide you a very high return, generally it will come with a very high risk, or vice versa. So if they promise a very high return, for example, some scammer even promise a 30% return in a month, but they provide you a guarantee return, which is the 30% fixed guarantee return in a month, and they provide you capital protections. So you will need to be careful on this kind of investment scheme. So number two, most commonly for those scammer, right, they would like to offer high commission for referrals, because in order for the scammer to, because those scammer actually they would like to get their investment base become bigger in very short time. So normally they will offer a very high kind of cash commission in order for their existing investor to introduce friend or family to invest in their scheme. So, but normally for those legitimate investment company, right, generally we do not offer cash commission. The keyword here is cash. So for reference, normally we will give some goodies or some goods or some token, but generally most of the investment company, legit investment company, we do not offer cash commission. So beware when some of the investment company or investment firm, they offer you a very high commission for referrals, then you have to be careful already, because that might be a potential scam. So thirdly, those scammers actually they really like to claim that they are regulated, because in order to gain your trust quickly, so they normally they will claim that they are foreign operators that do not require any licenses from Malaysian regulator to operate their business in here. So some of the investment scammer, they even claim that actually they are regulated by local authority. So normally why those scammers, they would like to claim that they are regulated, especially they like to claim that they are regulated from the foreign operator. Why is it so? Because if they claim that they are regulated in foreign country, actually they do not need to provide you with proof or documents that prove that actually they are registered with a foreign company, or even they prove the document to you, you not even know whether the document is legit or not, because it is those documents that you are not familiar, is regulated in the foreign country. So that's why those scammers normally they would like to claim that they are from foreign operators. And then another thing is another thing that they would like to tell the victim is when they claim that they are foreign operator, generally they will tell you that actually why they are regulated in foreign country, because in order for you to save tax, or in order for you to avoid income tax or certain and so on. So, but let me further clarify on this, because when you invest in any investment in Malaysia, generally most of the capital gain actually is tax exemption, means is tax exempted. You do not need to pay any tax for the capital gain in, for example, if you have capital gain in unit trust or capital gain in stock investment, generally in Malaysia, you do not need to pay any tax on for it. So that's why for those people that they do not have such financial literacy, they will get scammed by those scammers when they claim that they are foreign operators. So another thing that scammer, how do we identify scammer is, normally they will use unethical sales tactic. Generally, what they will do is they will use a pressure sales tactic. Means they want you to sign up in a very short time without thinking. And then moreover, they do not want you to communicate with anyone. So this is the kind of sales tactic that scammer doing for most of the cases. They will like you, maybe there are a lot of examples. So they will give you a very short period and give you a very good offer, so that you for those people that they do not have financial or have little financial literacy, they will be greedy, and then they will try to get the deals to be done in short time. So so normally when it comes to this kind of sales tactic, right, what we need to do is in investment world, nothing is rush. Means actually you can invest today, you can invest tomorrow, or even you can think and invest next week. There's nothing such that you need to buy or invest today in order for you to enjoy such a high return. So when we come to those kind of pressure sales tactic, what we need to do is we will need to think twice, or whether we understand the investment scheme or not, whether we know how the company generate the return or not. So if we do not know how they generate the return, or we do not know what they are invest in, so the best thing that we can do is we just need to walk away, because for those kind of investment that you do not familiar, that actually is very high risk for you to commit into it. So that's why we need some time to consider. So this is one thing. And then another thing is, for scammer, they will normally they like to show fantastic track record, or they would like to show the very good testimonial from their fake client. So they will show you, oh, you see, my company actually is got 100 years old history, or my company actually won so much award from those legit company. But but you do not know whether the picture that they show you, is it him or not, or is it the real one or not. And then moreover, they would like to show you a very good testimonial from their client. For example, oh, you see, this is my friend, maybe for example Janet. So she invests into this scheme less than 1 year ago, and then she already earned 500,000, and then she is now retired. So are you want to follow her, or you still want to be a housewife? So they will use this kind of tactic. They were teasing you, and then they will show you their fake testimonial, and then to build the victims. So those are the tactics that normally scammer will do. So what we need to do to encounter this is when we receive this kind of testimonials, or when we receive this kind of fantastic track record, what we need to do is actually we will need to perform our own tasks. We will need to check, or we will need to approach, or we don't approach, or we don't listen everything based on the face value only. We will need to check whether is it true or not. You won so many awards from those company, and then maybe we check whether it's true or not. Janet actually can get 500,000 in less than 1 year. So we try to think in the more logical ways, so to prevent that we fall into this investment trap. So another red flag that the scammer do is actually you will receive, or you will be contacted out of the blue. Means you do not met anyone, or maybe you just have a click in the social media, then suddenly you are invited into a WhatsApp group, or a Telegram group, or the Facebook page by stranger. So if you be contacted by stranger, or when you call by any stranger, then actually you will need to be careful and be alert, because normally those scammers actually they will, what they did is, their tactic is they will post on those Facebook sponsored posts. They will spend some money to sponsor the Facebook post, and then they will write some article how to make some good investment, and then do you interested in 30% investment return in a month with guaranteed return. They will do some kind of banner like this to build the victim. So if you so happen browse through, and you ask them to PM you. So after that, when they PM you, they will invite you to a group, an investment group that make up all of their people, or some of the victim also inside. And then maybe they will invite you personally one-to-one, and then they will try to communicate with you. So beware of those being contacted out of the blue is also one of the red flags that how we identify those scammers. So, okay, this is very important. So usually scammer, right, they will show you a very unrealistic high return. So the unrealistic high return means when even you invest just 500 initial investment, but they could promise you in 7 days or in 1 month, you can get 30K return. This kind of unrealistic high return in their fake website. So what they normally do is, when they successful invite you to join them, because normally the initial investment amount would be very small. So the investment amount could be small until you feel that, oh, I can just spend 500 to try it, but no harm. So when you try the 500 in this investment scheme that promise you 30K return in a week, then after that, they will start to create some storyline for you. They will show you the high return, 30K return, 40K, or even 50K return in a fake website or their fake mobile apps in a short period of time. So after that, when you want to cash out the money, when you want to withdraw the money, then that's where they scam your money. They will ask you to send the money upfront. Means they will give you a lot of reason not to pay you the 30K or 50K, so that you will need to spend some money to rescue your profit. So this is how the way the scammer are doing that we see in the market. So when beware when those investment company or the scammer, when they ask you to pay service high fee, if you ask you to pay for maybe TT transfer fee, your money is coming from US, but being locked down by custom. So the custom need 1,500 or 2,000, 5,000 is the price actually is just simply offered by them. So you will need to pay this 5,000 in order for us to transfer to your bank account, or the income tax find out the high return in seven days. So they would like to tax 20% off of the returns. So they have a lot of reason to tell you to scam you. So beware when they ask you to pay certain money before you receive your profit. Then actually this is not this is confirmed scam already. So you will need to beware of this. And then lastly, this is the most important red flag, because for those scammers, actually they do not have legitimate bank accounts. So they will use a lot of different individual bank account, or they will create a lot of different company bank account in order for them to receive those scam money. You still remember the amount that I shared with you, right? RM 1.6 billion. So imagine they need a lot of different bank accounts in order for them to get those money without tracking by police. So that's why normally when it comes to investment, right, the legitimate investment company, normally we will show you the, you will need to pay into the company that with the brand name. Means if you come to FSMOne, then actually you are paying to iFast Capital Seram Berhad, means our company name. If someone told you that to pay into Muhammad Ali, Superman, that kind of accounts, do not send any money, especially to individual bank account. That is no. When for legitimate investment company, they won't ask you to send any money to individual bank accounts. Or if they ask you to send money to a different company then kind of bank accounts, you need to query them. You need to ask the question, why your company is ABC, you ask me to bank into XYZ. So we need to be aware of this. So this is the most important red flag, because if you do not bank in the money, then they have no chance to scam you. So this is the most important thing for us to identify the scammer. So okay, so after we go through all these red flag from or characteristic of the scammer. So basically for our company, right, we also has been used, our name has been used by one of the scammer out there recently. Actually, the way that they scam the victim is actually they are posting in the Facebook. And then after that, when people ask for the PM, means when people ask for more details, they will bring them into this their fake Telegram group. So under their fake Telegram group, you will see the headline actually is Fan Supermart TN group. And then surprisingly, you see they have a lot of people in there. So that's why we do not know how many more victims out there. actually is not reported. We have 5,930 members in that particular Telegram group. Eventually, this is just one of the scammer only. And then for the scammer, actually, they have a clone website. Means they use our logo and then they just clone a website, but the website address is not our official address. So what they did is, when people join the group, then actually they will dig the background. They will ask them some question, the basic question, personal details, and then they also will try to test whether those people that join in, whether they have financial literacy or not, or whether they have investment knowledge or not, in order for them to identify who will be the victim of them. So, and then they also will introduce them as the consultant from a legitimate company, for example, like they are from FSMOne. And then after that, they will give some scheme that promise very high return. Why people still believe when those scammers promise such a high return? Because in current world, we do have those investment tools that can generate that kind of high return. For example, cryptocurrency. And then, for example, currency, the forex transactions. So these two things actually is the most preferred investment scheme that the scammer used to build used to pitch their victims. So that's why when they promise that kind of high investment return, those victims still believe, because they provide a lot of different testimonials, track record, and all kind of proof in order to gain their trust. So after that, when they start to invest in, like I shared just now, they will ask you to invest in small amount only. And then your small amount, suddenly it will become a very good return in very short time. And then after that, they will slowly twist the storyline for you to fall into the trap. Means they will ask you to pay for the income tax. They will ask you to pay for the custom tax. They will ask you to pay for a lot of different kind of fee before you can get back your investment return. But of course, you will never get back the investment return because it's fake one, because it's just a number that they show in the fake website. So generally, how do we identify the scam company? Just now I already introduced or share how to spot the red flag. And then now, if, for example, if you go for an investment company and then they claim that they are FSMOne, for example, if you approach the scammer, so the scammer, of course, they will give you a lot of different testimonials, and then they will give you, maybe you ask them what is your website and all that. So do not just believe them on the face value only. Always check. Means after they give you the link, you can always go Google search whether such company exists or not, or whether such website is legit or not. For example, if they claim that they are FSMOne, so they might provide you all kind of different odd link. They might provide you at FSMOne.my or others kind of different fake website. But if you able to or spend some time to Google and check it, then actually you are able to find most of the official website in from Google search. So from there, actually you are able to identify the official website. And then another thing is always cross-check or cross-reference check the phone number with the official website. Means after you find the official website, for example, FSMOne, so you always cross-check our hotline. What is the hotline number? And then cross-check what is the official Facebook page, or even some of the emails, to prevent the scammer that use different emails or illegitimate emails to send to you, or the different phone number. So this is one way to check cross-reference as well. And then the most importantly will be, because scammer normally, they want to scam your money. So first of all, the most important thing is beware of the bank account when you make payments. So do not deposit money into any account, especially if the given bank account name doesn't tally with the company names. So this is our official bank accounts. I just put here to show you. And then another way that you could check is actually you can refer to Commercial Crime Investigation Department of Police Malaysia to check if the bank account that they provide to you, whether this particular bank account has any police record or not. So this indirectly will help you to identify the scammer as well. So let me show you some of the example of the fake bank accounts. So those are the print screen that we capture from the victims. So you will notice here that under the messenger, they will show you they are FSMOne customer service, and then they will provide you they will ask you to bank into a personal accounts, individual bank accounts. And then another print screen, it will show you that then next time they will ask you to bank into another bank company account. So this will be very suspicious already, because if you invest in FSMOne or invest in iFast, by right you should pay to iFast, not pay to this 888 live channel enterprise. So those are the things that we will need to remind ourselves or be alert when it comes to investment. So for those bank accounts that they provide you, normally they will, especially for those claim that they are foreign operator, they will tell you that, oh, because I'm foreign operator, so you cannot direct pay to our company. So you have to pay to this third-party company. Then only the money can go through the third-party company and go back to us. So those are the things or the twist story, right, that they will create and tell you. So that's why it's very important for us to keep alert when it comes to payments. And then most importantly is we will need to ask. So those are, and then I have listed down some of the questions that actually you can ask if any of the agent or any of the consultant actually they approach you for the investment. You can ask the company as many questions as you need to fully understand this particular investment, because before you invest, it's good that you understand what you invest in. So you can ask them, how are the profit generated? So you need to know whether the return is being paid from the new inflow, means new customer come in and then they will use the money to pay you, or actually the return is really made from an actual investment, means they really use the money to invest into a stock or invest into any investment scheme. So, and then you can also ask, if I invest in this investment scheme, what is the maximum that I can lose? And how long I need to stay invested? This is very important. Some investment, they will lock you for 5 years, 3 years, or even 10 years. So you need to ask, how long must I stay invested? And then what happens if I want to withdraw my money? What is the penalty? What is the restriction? What is the procedure? Those are the questions that we must ask before we come to invest. So, and then you can also ask, what are my options for recourse if anything goes wrong? So, meaning to say, if anything goes wrong, the investment goes wrong, where can I go to complain? If for those local authority, of course, actually it's very simple. We can always go to SC or Security Commission, which is SC, or we can always go to Bank Negara to file a complaint. But what if for those foreign operators? For foreign operators, actually it's not regulated in Malaysia. Meaning to say, if you invest in foreign operator, if anything goes wrong, even they are legitimate foreign investment company regulated by foreign country, you have to go to that particular country in order for you to file the complaint. So this is why generally we do not recommend investor to invest with foreign operator directly, because if anything happens, because you do not sure whether they are scam company or not, or whether they are able to sustain the business or not. So if anything happens, that actually is very hard for you to recourse if anything happens. And then another thing is, if you really do not sure after you ask several things, but the scammer or maybe the advisor give you a very they give you not layman kind of terms. That means they give you a very investment terms and tell you this kind of things and feedback to you. You can always go back and ask your family or ask your friend that has financial literacy if you are totally not sure. So ask. Most importantly is ask and understand what are you investing in. So okay, next I will teach you all how to verify. So basically, we are able to cross-reference the company name, means the legitimate company names, against Security Commission website. So with this Security Commission website, actually we are able to, later my colleague will share you the link. So you just need to go into this particular website of Security Commission, and then you just key in the investment company. Means you just key in the investment company, for example, our company name, iFast Capital Saran Berhad. So the one in bottom actually is the result that I searched from this particular link. So after you key in the particular company name, it will show you if we are registered with SC. It will show you what is the regulated activities that we are doing during securities and so on and so forth. And then most importantly, you will need to check the status, whether it's valid or whether it's pending, because some company actually they are applying, they are pending, but they are not valid yet. And then some company, maybe the status is already expired, but they do not go to renew for the license. So status is also quite important. So you will need to check whether the current status is valid or not. So secondly, you can also cross-check with Security Commission as well, but they have another link with this SC Investor Alert List. So for this Investor Alert List, is those scam company or scammer that already reported to Security Commission. So for example, I find out one this scammer company that misuse our company name, and then I listed here for your information. So you will notice that they will show you, okay, the name FSMOne Trade. So they are potential clone entity. So what they operate, where they operate, some scammer actually they have the address over here. And then because this is online scam, that's why the address actually is not applicable. And then they will show the website, the fake website, and then when we reported to SC, and then they will show you what happened. This company misused the name of FSMOne Malaysia to carry out an illegal investment scheme. So for those scheme, those company that you do not sure, actually you can check from two websites. Also from FC, you can check whether they are legit or not. But if you could not find them in the legit list, you might need to check from this list whether they are reported scam previously or not. So this is one way for us to cross-check, which is free, provided by Security Commission. And then another way that you could check is actually you can verify your authorized unit trust consultant through FIMM website. So you can go to the website. So this is how the website show. Is my consultant authorized? You just need to key in either one of the, maybe you can just key in a full name as per IC, either one, or FIMM number, or even their IC number. Then you are able to check the UTC, means unit trust consultant. Then you are able to check whether they are legit or not. So okay, last agenda. If I got scammed, means if I already fall into the investment trap, so what I need to do next? So it's very important. Actually, the first thing that you need to do is lodge a police report at your nearby stations. So you will need to lodge the police report, and then before you lodge the police report, because a lot of people actually they do not want to lodge the police report because they think that when we go to police station, actually it will spend a lot of time. Means we will need to keep waiting, and then those police actually they will ask us a lot of questions. But actually we can do something to cut short it. Means we can prepare the storyline first. We can prepare what happened in Bahasa Malaysia first, and then we save the soft copy maybe in a Word file. in a pen drive, and then we just bring along to the police stations. So what we need to prepare under the storyline, actually you just need to drop down the important point or the time. Means when the scammer approach you, and then what is the bank account number that you bank into them, then what is the amount of each transfer to that particular bank account. So it's good that actually you keep all the information and provide what is the bank account that you bank into them. And then also they will ask you for the scammer contact number, and then they will ask you for the fake website address or the fake mobile apps and so on and so forth. So you just need to prepare all these story script in soft copy. So when you approach to police station, actually then they will help you. It's very easy. They just save down your copy, and then they are able to copy, paste, and transfer to their report. So it will help you to save you quite a lot of time. And then another thing is some victim actually they do not want to report to police because they're afraid to get exposed. So that's why they do not want to lodge a police report. But please rest assured that actually your identity will not be revealed, because if you wish to keep it private and confidential between you and the police, you will need to tell them. So if you mention and emphasize that you do not want your identity to be revealed, then actually your identity will not be exposed to anyone, means including the news, social medias, newspaper, or even your family members. So why we need to lodge a police report when we already fall into the victim of this investment scam? Because police can only open investigation file to proceed further if the real victim, means the victim that lost the money, lodge a police report. Because if for our company, because we try to go to police station and lodge a report that someone actually misused our company name to scam around, but they're not able to take any action. They can only file the police report in their file. Means we just make a police report for them to aware this thing is happening, but they are not able to open any investigation file unless there is any victim approach to them and make the police report. So if you need any help, actually you are always welcome to contact us lah. So this is our customer service and also our CIS team contact numbers with emails. You can always contact us through Facebook messengers, and also you can always contact us through the official phone number as well. So I think this is the end of my presentation. I think we can open to the Q&A. Let me check what is the question that we have right now. Okay, I have one first question. I'm not too sure whether it's a question or not. It's from Mr. B. I think it's Miri. Okay, seems most of these scams hide under the umbrella of providing educational service. For example, Forex, insurance, crypto gurus, stock, and etc. So they provide the course fee and etc. So how to really pin them and report these sorts of scam? Okay, actually, I think not every investment gurus or not every educational service that available in social media is you need to categorize them as scammer lah, because not everyone is scammer. It's just that there's always those scammer that hide among those people, and then they try to pitch those investors that do not have any financial literacy, or they have little financial literacy, to build up them to fall into their investment scam lah. So that's why the purpose of today, why we want to share this kind of topic, is we want to let more people know what is the red flag that you are able to identify, or you are able to use that to spot, or you are able to verify. How to us verify whether the investment scheme or even the advisor itself is legitimate or not. So this is the information or the knowledge that we need to equip ourselves in order for us to not fall into the investment scam lah. So I think the most importantly is always to be us lah. So we when it comes to investment, most importantly is do not go greedy. Means if you heard someone promise you a very high return and they promise you with a little risk, then you will need to think twice. This is the most important thing that you will need to remember lah. Because nothing that has no free lunch in the world, I would say. Okay, and then I have another tennis. My friend encouraged me to put my money into then they have cross so that he could earn commission. It seemed like a scam to me, but he seems to be earning money for several years. So okay, actually it will depend on what kind of whether the scheme that you actually cross out, whether it's the investment scheme or not. If they are legitimate investment scheme, generally we do not offer cash commissions to put for you to put your money unless your friend is the registered advisor or is the registered agent of the company. Then yes, if they hire or if they solicited you and then buy any investment product with them, then they will earn your commissions, but not referrals. Referral means I have no relationship with this company. Means I'm not their agent. I am not their associate, but I can refer you to them and yet I can still earn a very high commission. Then that could be a potential scam case already. Okay, next question. Okay, also for Mary, another one. How to actually trace company that set up trust investment is actually a scam, since they can hide in multi-layer of law jargon. Okay, how to actually trace those companies that set up trust investment? Actually, it will depend. It will depend on what kind of investment that you go for. I think for those investment, right? If you do not sure, like what I shared just now, if you do not sure, you do not know how they operate, you do not know how they generate the return for you, then actually those things that actually you are not sure and you do not know how they do it, then we just walk away. We do not need to keep looking on the same investment and question them or how do we do that, how do you generate the investment and whether you are legit or not. But if we ourselves, we do not sure, I think the most suitable action is we just walk away. This is my advice. Okay, next question. Okay, if we found a scammer, but the case not happened yet, can we report? Okay, if you found a scammer and if they are potential scammer, actually you can always report. Okay, for example, if they misuse the company name, you can always report to the original company or the legitimate company. Or if you found a scammer that they claim that they are investment company, but in fact they do not have any investment license with Security Commission. By that, actually you can file a complaint to Security Commission, like the link that I shared you just now, the SC alert list. Actually, after you file the complaint to SC, actually they will investigate and then they will do something with the companies. So it would depends how do you want the case to be escalated. But if you found a scammer, a potential scammer, and you want to report to police and lodge a police report, I don't think so they will accept . But actually there is other ways for us to do so. We can report to the legitimate company, maybe they misuse their brand, or we can report to Security Commission. Those are the entity that actually they can do something on this. Okay. Is cash trust investment a scam? Actually, there's a lot of cash trust investment scheme out there. I do not sure whether they are scam or not because I do not personally understand the scheme before. So that one actually is very subjective lah. It's not good for me to comment openly over here. So maybe if you have more information, you can always email to us. You wanna, let me go back to previous page. You can always email to us what is the information that you have. Then actually we are happy to help you to have a chat. So okay, any company which register at SSM or under SC is not scammer. Okay. First of all, for the company that register at SSM, they will be potential scammer as well, because SSM is just an authority for businesses to register the company name with them. Means if you want to open a company, it's very sure that you will need to register with SSM. So meaning to say, those companies that register with SSM, they are not necessarily a registered investment company. Because if you want to be an investment company, means you collect the investment money from the public, you will need to have license. And then SC means Security Commission is the one issue the license. So if you go for any investment scheme, right? If they are regulated under SC, so actually it's very proven, or is very 100% proven that actually they are not scammer, because SC already go through or run through the checking on those companies that only they are able to issue the license or investment license to them. So beware of those companies that claim that actually they register with SSM. So register with SSM is a must for all the company. So it doesn't make them any good that they can receive investor money. So in order for the legitimate investment company to receive the money or pay out the money, they need to register under SC. Okay. So launching a report, can we be anonymous, afraid of, okay, like what I shared just now, when you report to police, actually you can ask them, means you can emphasize when you make the police report that you do not want your identity to be revealed. Means then actually your identity will not be expressed in public news. It will not express in a newspaper or even to your family members. You can request so. Okay, I have another question. Recently, I joined a Forex investment company, which promised at least 5% return per month. It was registered and grant a legit license in, I do not know how to spell that country. So do you think it is safe? Okay, like what I shared just now, if those companies, they claim that actually they are sound familiar, right? Like what I shared just now, those scammers actually they like to claim that actually they are from a foreign registered or foreign regulated company, but they will show you a lot of license. They will really show you a lot of license and then register with that particular country. But actually you could not, you're not able to verify, I would say. You're not able to verify whether the document is true or not. Because nowadays the Adobe is very advanced. You can do a search. You can do anything with just a single click. So that's why. Okay, and then one more thing I would like to highlight is Forex investment company. I believe is still not legitimate in Malaysia yet for the Forex investment company lah. So that's why most of the Forex investment company, they won't claim that they are local authorized company, because Malaysia is not authorized any Forex investment company. So that one actually it will depend on like what I share with you, all the red spot or all the red flag. So you can use the red flag that I shared just now, and then you adjust yourself how many red flag this company is fall into. If, for example, I have already shared 8 at least 8 red flags just now. If the company that you invest in actually fall into 3 or 4 or even 5, then actually high chances that they are scammer company. So you will need to be careful. Okay, how much is considered a high reward? Is there a benchmark you can share? Okay, this is a very good question. How do we identify high reward? Okay, when we go for general investment, okay, for example, stock investment. So meaning to say, when we invest into a stock counter, a possible stock counter, it can generate quite high return. It could be 50% return, 60%, or even double out or triple out return in 1 to 2 years time. But how much is considered high reward? Okay, I think you have to combine with another thing, which is high reward and low risk. Means normally those scammers actually they would like to present or package their investment scheme in this way. They will promise you a very high reward. Means either 20% in a month, 10% in a month, also considered high, but without any risk. This is the red flag. Normally, those investment with high risk means like what I mentioned just now. When you invest in stock market, right? Those stock market or stock that can generate you 100% return, they could possibly lose another 100% as well. Means the risk and reward is equivalent. It's nothing in the world, in the investment world, that this particular investment can generate you 100% return, but come with zero risk. Means you won't lose anything. For sure, you will earn one. This kind of it's not an investment scheme. This is investment scam. So most importantly is not how high is the reward, because normal investment scheme like stock investment, it could also generate quite high return as well. But we need to justify whether the return is matched with the risk that they share with you or not. So I think this is the most important thing. And then another thing that we can ask is how the company generate such a high return. For example, if they promise you they can give you a 10% per month, so you will need to question them, how do you earn this 10%? Because in order for a very big company, for Mr. DIY, actually it's very hard for them to earn 10% a month. So or even a bank also is very hard for them to earn 10% a month, because 10% a month means they will need to generate 120% per year. So actually it's a very high kind of return. So even those banks or those giant companies, they are not able to do so. So you have to question them. How do you generate 10% in a month and can sustain for next how many years that they promise to you? So this is the thing that actually we will need to question. We will need to ask them. Okay, another question from here. Company registered as SSM. If we found the financial indicator is misleading, where can we do the report? Okay, for those companies that register with SSM, if you found the financial indicator, I think you means the profit and loss figure inside the SSM website, right? That one I'm not too sure. I think you can always report back to SSM. That one I'm not too sure. Maybe for this one, you can check directly with SSM. What can you do to report the company? And then furthermore, actually you can also ask your tax consultant or accountant. Maybe they have you, because that one will be more on the accounting or audit fields already, or means the audit issue already. So maybe you could ask your consultant whether how or what is the way that they can complain, or they can pinpoint those companies that generate the fake report. Okay, I have a last question over here. Can we write to SC if we have the particular of the new investment scheme like cash trust? Actually, you can always write to SC if you find some fishy lah. You can say fishy kind of investment scheme lah. But I won't say all the cash trust actually is the investment scam lah, because I do not really study them in depth. So that therefore it's very hard for me to answer your question. But you always can check with SC whether they are registered company or not. But I believe for trust company, they are not fall under they are not regulated by SC lah, because SC generally is an investment. They handle more on the investment scheme. But for trust, right? Trust actually normally means there is a trustee to custodian your funds or custodian some asset on behalf of you. There will be more on regulated by Bank Negara, I would say. And then actually I think a little bit another thing from some of the trust company, right? Actually they cannot say they cannot, like they should not package the return as the investment return. Means like, for example, some of the cash trust, when you buy or when you invest, when you join into the cash trust, then actually they will provide a certain return to you. For example, 6%, 7%, or 8% per year. But actually for trust services, right, they should not focus or emphasize on the return. They should focus or emphasize on the services that they provide, mainly on trust. How the trust can help you on your estate planning and so on and so forth. So this is a thing that I do not agree lah, because you should not market this as the potential investment return. Okay, I have another friend over here. Trustee actually is under MOF lah. So means Minister of Finance in Malaysia, but not either from SC or Bank Negara. So I think I give us wrong information. Not from Bank Negara. Actually, they regulated under MOF lah. So I think that's all from me. So thank you everyone, and then thanks for your time to join this webinar. Hopefully you learn something from today's webinar. So if you have any further question, actually feel free to email to us or feel free to give us a call so that we are able to help you. Thank you very much. Good night. Okay, bye-bye.